Okay.
Is he louder compared to everybody else, or specifically just me?
It was just him. He was like super loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm good now?
Yeah. You're
Man,
right.
it is pouring.
Okay, continue with your aliens and dad.
Okay, well, so I was a woman, right?
Have you ever walked inside of a magical forest and thought, wow, there are too many podcasts out there? Well, we didn't.
Hello!
Hey everybody, we're back. It's the after the holidays, and it's the third episode of the KoolKast podcast.
I only got one gift.
What was your gift? I don't remember.
You got multiple gifts. They were just wrapped in one.
One.
Okay.
I got a really nice painting of me and my dog. I don't know what that was. He threw something at me. I got a really nice painting of me and my dog and some art stuff. Recuperating back into art after not doing it for years is really frustrating, but I'm happy.
Will the fans be able to see the painting?
Yeah,
Put it on Twitter.
Put it on Twitter.
I'll put it on Twitter.
I haven't seen it.
I still haven't hung it up yet.
Did you look through the footage from that at all?
No. But I was thinking of making something like short and like,
Yeah. That's all you can really do with it is make something short.
Yeah.
Considering your camera died. You did record a little bit with your phone, though.
Yes.
All right, what's your hypothetical, my guy?
Nice.
Hey, I can come up with one. Give me 3 seconds.
3.
Okay, so if you could have one superpower to rob a bank with, what would it be and why, and how would you approach bank rob?
Double barrel shotgun. It's an unstoppable power. Unless you have SWAT gear, then I'm kind of fucked. Can I choose a different power?
Let's make
I didn't think that one through.
let's make this more interesting. The bank teller is I want it to be someone strong, but not like stupid strong.
Hercule. To us, he would be strong.
Mario.
That's facts.
Mario.
Luigi. The bank teller is Luigi.
Luigi can lift a fair bit of weight, my man.
And pick a good power, stupid.
2-gun. Yeah, I'm gonna say fucking fire and ice.
That's 2.
Double trouble is my power.
Double trouble.
Double trouble.
And how do you approach the bank with that?
Freeze him to the floor. I melt down the safe, take the money, then when I leave, I burn him alive out of spite.
Oh, but the money's burned. You melted it.
No, I melt the door. I do
You can't even-
I contact heated.
Can you even rob a bank? Because they
Can I
have like
rob a
die
bank?
packs.
They have to set that up.
I think
Let's
like
assume it's not set up
It's
for the sake of this.
It's payday rules.
If they the way it works, because my mom used to work at a bank, is they have like the bag set up for them to put the money in, or sometimes they might have like decoy money just set up already.
fake money.
Well, it's real money. They just have it set up in like or it could be fake for all I know, because that dye's not coming out of that. They could just have it set up pre-made, just so if something like that happens, they give it to them.
Speaking of bank robberies, have you guys heard of the there's a famous bank robbery that like 4 old men did in like Europe, and they
Recently?
Yeah, not recently. I think it was like early 2010s. But
That's pretty recent.
yeah, it's pretty recent. But they just decided, yeah, let's just rob a bank, and then they planned it out. They were like, they're all men in their like 80s, I think, or 60s.
Didn't they make a movie off of this?
I have no idea.
I remember seeing
They
a trailer
might
for
have.
like a movie where 8 like old dudes in retirement homes just like, fuck it, let's rob a bank.
Yeah.
They don't care about us.
Yeah, they did that. You know what the funny part is? They planned it perfectly to drill into the side of the building and into the safe, and then they were doing it. They were doing it like during the time in Europe, I think, because like there's a certain time in Europe where you can't get food or anything like that, so like nobody's out, and it's just like perfect prime time. But then they got tired, and then they're like, let's just come back tomorrow, and they did that. They left, they came back, and then they stole the money, and then got away.
So they didn't get caught.
The thing, no, eventually they one by one they all got caught, but the money's still out there. So I think no one person got away. I think one person, which is the leader of the bunch, the one person got away with all the money.
Yeah, he used the money to bail him out.
Yeah.
They all go back to their normal old lives.
Yeah, like nothing happened.
There's like just a bunch of like money hidden out in the world. I know a famous author before he died, like back in the 50s or something. He like put in like throughout all of his books like secrets, and like there's like I think a total of 5 or 6 of like just small fortunes, and like only 2 have been found.
What's the thing where people like bury little capsules and there's like an app for it and you can go find shit?
The time capsule.
No, it's not called time capsule. There's a name
That's
for
what I was
it.
gonna say.
It's something like, I'll have to look it up.
How's that for Loco treating you?
I'm starting to feel it.
Why is it called 4 if there's only one?
I heard you literally gulping it down.
You drive sober, get pulled over.
That's not the saying.
Drive sober,
Get pulled over.
It's get pulled over.
I know, that's the joke.
So, since Alec is looking that up, Josh, what is your superpower for killing Luigi? Well, you don't have to kill him, I suppose.
I don't want to kill Luigi.
So you just have to get past him, essentially.
The vault is behind Luigi. He could, if he wanted to, he could clench it with his butt cheeks. It is so close to him. How do you get past him?
This is a toughie.
I'm gonna change mine.
I wish I had the appetite of chowder, so that I would just like hinge my mouth open and then just like clamp down on the entire like front stand that he works at and the vault door and just like eat my way through. But
why not just take the whole building and just violently shake it in your mouth?
I
Because
could
he
do
would
that.
eat- he would eat the money.
I have cartoon powers, so I just walk up, pick up the building, shake it, and all the money and Luigi gets thrown into my stomach.
Okay. Anyway, it's called geocaching.
I've never heard of that.
So what is it exactly?
It's like people will take these capsules or whatever box, and they will hide it, and they'll take pictures of where it's at, and then you go find it, and then you post the picture. Oh, hey, I found this on their page, and then nothing really happens. It's just something to drive around, dick off. Someone I don't know the exact amount. Let's just say 500,000. Someone buried like a large lump sum of money just like in the desert. I think it's in like Los Angeles, and it's never been found. So someone just buried a fuckload of money and put it on that app.
That's interesting. So I could bury a fucking...
I would like to go to LA. I don't think I'd like to be palling around in the desert. That sounds awful.
Oh, yeah. So I could theoretically bury a goddamn bottle cap, and then...
Well, they don't take it. Typically, it's like a note, and you
okay.
read it.
Okay.
It's not... They don't really do like physical items, and you're supposed to put it back. Where's Chile? Is Chile a country?
India?
I don't even know if that's...
I don't like Chili's. Last time I went to Chili's, I had like this like...
It's a better
Pasta?
Applebee's, which isn't saying much.
Yeah, it's not saying much. I think out of...
When that Chili's first was built, it was really good, but now it just got to the level of every other Chili's.
I don't remember Chili's ever being good.
I remember when it first arrived, we would go there.
Have we ever been to Chili's?
Okay,
Yeah.
I got my answer. Not together, I don't think. So Easter Island is like...
In Chile?
I don't got a compass. It's west. Which way's west?
Left.
Left.
Yo, I'm so good. Oh, it's west of South America, and it's closest to what I assume is called Chile, Chile. And it looks like it's just its own thing in the Pacific.
The American education system has failed.
Which way is west?
Which way is west?
Well, somebody told me like to say, I don't use a compass.
You cannot tell me that you don't sit there sometimes and think, what is this word I'm trying to say?
That's I just remember of the episode of Flapjack. when,
Josh forgot his name.
I did. I forgot how to write my own name in freshman year. I sat down. They the first day of freshman year. It was like a packet to like explain yourself, and like what are you into and stuff like that. And I was gonna be gamers, I went to go. I'm like, all right, first day of high school, and I looked at my paper and I'm like, I just drew a blank, and I'm like,
Name.
I forgot to write how to write my name. I don't know. I'm like, oh, okay, now I remember.
Name me.
Name. What's a J look like? I had no idea what it was.
Who here has seen Witcher?
I saw the
The
first
show?
episode of Your House and it was awesome.
I still haven't.
It's really good.
Better than
I
fucking
I
Mandalorian.
really wanna watch it. I wanna watch both.
It is better than. Sorry to cut you off. It is better than Mandalorian, but Mandalorian was still solid.
Yeah,
But
definitely. What do you think is better than the new movie though?
what than Star Wars?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Like
Mandalorian. No, the Mandalorian. Okay, let me rephrase this. Do you think the Mandalorian show is better than the
Star Wars
last 3
9?
movies?
Other than the last, like all the new sequel movies.
Yes.
They're all bad.
Well, be
all of
considering
them.
the first one was dummy disappointing, the second one was flat out bad, and the
And
third
is
one
considered
was,
not canon.
and then the third one was like critically bad, but I thought it was fun to watch. The Mandalorian has a story going for it that is fine, it's good or whatever. You know what? Yes, it is better.
So there you go. I think it qualifies as a good show.
But Witcher versus Mandalorian, I'm gonna use like hand motions to explain this. And not that the Mandalorian is specifically bad or anything, but I'm gonna make it look small. So the Mandalorian is small, Witcher big. Witcher's so fucking good.
I bet.
You need to watch that shit.
And like the actor, I was kind of worried that the actor for Geralt was going to be like a mistake.
No, he's good.
because
It's the dude who played Superman, right?
yeah, and I
Yeah.
hate that movie. I hate
Ben
that
Affleck?
spot.
I think
No,
so.
Oh,
no,
that's Batman.
That's Batman. No,
They already got rid of
the
him. They're
man,
getting
the
a new
Man of
Batman.
Steel movie was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in a theater, and it didn't make sense to me.
I watched Paul Blart too.
I didn't see it in a theater. I watched
I
Man
left.
of Steel. It was
I
very.
didn't watch it.
Did you leave during Paul Blart 2?
I walked out during Paul Blart too. Fuck that movie.
I've
What made
never
you?
walked
What made
out
you
of
go
a
see
movie.
it?
I was just with my girlfriend at the time, and I just wanted to go see a movie.
Okay,
And that was
that's
like
fair.
the only thing that we hadn't seen.
Movies are a bad
And we
first
fucking left.
date.
Movies are so good. I would go see fucking anything, dude. Movies are so fun to watch. We didn't see Dora. I'm pissed.
I'm pissed too.
Was that bad?
I think it
Oh
was.
no! You know.
I know there's one part in that movie where they hallucinate and they all turn into the actual cartoons.
Yeah, no, like no. I was just about to say that.
sounds
Like
sick.
you know how like Dora talks to Map and like and
Map,
Boots
on the
and
map.
shit like that. Well, she gets high on mushrooms and starts talking to them.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's
I saw the
hilarious.
clip on YouTube. I'm like, that's really clever.
She starts tripping during the movie, and she's like Boots, and then it's like what, Machete or something.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, Dora, please, and then, and then she's like,
That's fucking
No,
awesome.
that made me regret that we didn't go see it.
yeah, no, like
I forgot that movie
it's
existed.
not
I
a
did
bad
too.
movie. It really isn't. I think it like there's like a bunch of adult references in that movie.
Which I think that's a good approach.
I thought it would be bad, but because mainly when it came out, I was like, that's a thing that nobody asked for.
Well, the thing is I think you can't just make it. Obviously, it's going to be like a kids movie, but the people that really grew up with Dora are older now.
yeah, absolutely.
So it's like you definitely should go into a little funnier direction with it.
They do that with most kids' movies. They try to put in adult humor because the parents got to go there and watch the thing too.
Do they still do Dora? Like, is that made still?
I don't think
think
so.
so.
I have no idea.
I don't know what it ended
They
The
up.
only
might
thing
do,
I
like,
know
an
is,
offshoot. Because
Yeah,
like they
Diego.
extended it to like her entire family.
Yeah.
I know
So,
Blue's
like,
Clues is like a thing.
Yeah, no, they
Wait,
Blue's
that's
Clues is
still
still
a
going.
thing?
but
It,
Blue's
it's
is-
either been going this whole time or they just revamped it.
no, they definitely it's like a new guy now. So now there's like a third guy.
There's 2 guys.
There's 3.
Yeah.
There's 2.
There's like
Well, there was Steve.
a host. There's 2 hosts now.
Oh,
They brought back Steve.
Did-
I don't know if he was just there for
Who was
the
it?
first
The first dude
episode,
was
but
Steve,
he
right?
like
he was there for like a cameo.
yeah, he was there. That's what I thought.
Was it?
I don't remember the other dude's name.
Let me think.
Yeah.
So what it was the old Blue's Clues? Was that a puppet? I don't remember because
No, it was just they had a second show where it was a puppet, but it was just anime. It was a. I really looking back at it now, I really love the animation style of Blue's Clues. I just
It
like
was
it.
like paper.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, that's what it was.
Pretty
And
good.
the new Blue's Clues is like just a 3D animated.
Yeah, they had a second one where it had like Blue as a pup, and I think that was the puppet one.
I don't remember him being a pup. I just remember.
No,
Steve
another
and
thing is looking
guy
back
number
at it
2.
now, that was my favorite show. Was like a little kid, and I only just found out now that Blue was a girl.
We just got a
Yeah.
letter. Wonder who it's from.
I also remember my kindergarten teacher had like the chair Steve sat
Yeah,
in.
what was? I don't remember her name.
I do, but when it was your birthday, you got to sit in the chair beside her in front of the whole class, and I sat up there, and you had to bring like a toy for show and tell on your birthday, and I had a giant plushie of Knuckles. So I sat up there with.
Me and Reed. Not that we got in trouble. I do remember for show and tell when we had to sit in the Blue's Clues chair. Me and Reed brought Power Ranger guns.
No, it was guns that turned into swords, so it was like a double negative weapon. No, I do remember that. They did not. I don't remember exactly how that went down, but I remember they told us we couldn't do that.
Yeah, we didn't get in trouble, but they were just like, I think they just kind of like said like it's a little too much.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
And also don't show it to anybody. So, Josh, what was Raven's old boyfriend's name?
Wiz.
Wiz.
Oh yeah,
Do you
Oh.
remember what Jed said to him?
when Jed like fucking destroyed him.
When Jed, Jed didn't talk a lot of shit, but there was something Jed said that he trashed that poor man.
Oh my god.
Well, the thing is, I think it also had more impact because it came from Jed.
Oh, yeah,
that
because
was
he's a child.
That was the moment I think we like all collectively knew. Yeah, this kid's awesome.
No,
like-
I really I liked Jed before then.
No, Jed's awesome.
Yo, I was playing Paladins with Jed. We were making fun of you. We were like,
That's
I'm
awesome.
Pip.
but I'm Pip. But like. You guys explained the Discord and stuff like the Discord relationship between us and the Weebs, right?
More or less. We didn't go in depth in it, but
Okay.
it's out there.
Because yeah, like there's two groups, us and the Weebs. The Weebs. The only reason why we were affiliated with them was because of Nathan and Edgar, and then we kind of like tried to bridge the gap, But then as because we're all a bunch of like judgmental assholes. We naturally when drama gets in drama just erupts, but we're not the cause or we're not involved. We make ourselves involved by
And that just
being
escalates
mean, and then we just laugh. But yeah, Wiz, he said something. He was like, I don't even remember. I wasn't even there. Like he was like,
What was the chat?
It was in the chat. He was complaining and being a real.
We don't have a screenshot, do we?
No, we don't. I think the
Probably
only
not.
screenshot that I have is literally Jed saying drop mic and then Squidward dab after he said it. So like. Oh man, and then like that was when Raven broke up with him and then kicked him from the chat and everything, and
It just all went downhill.
It just all went downhill from
Dude,
there.
he has an Instagram, doesn't he?
Oh.
I think we could find it. It's probably just like at like Wizard Wiz or some shit. That's
I never
probably
had
not it.
any relationship with Wiz.
None of us did. We all hated him. Do you know how the initial quote unquote war started? It was Pi Day,
It was
right? They haven't not. They
didn't
sorry,
start
that
with
was
didn't,
toxic.
didn't it start with Overwatch.
no. It was Pi Day, right? And they had a not safe for work because they didn't want you just posting porn in
Oh,
their chat
yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Reed put an image of a dude putting his dick into like a literal pie for Pi Day. And
I
then-
remember that.
And they removed
and then
it.
Wiz removed it. For one, he denied removing it, and then later he admitted to removing it. We were
bud?
just talking so much shit. Like, why would you delete this? It's a not safe for work chat. And what he said was like, I don't want to see that on my computer. And we're like, dude, it's a fucking not safe for work chat. No shit, there's gonna be some fucked up shit in there.
Of course.
Like a dude fucking a pie. And then I think that's how it all started. And was that the first ban?
I think.
Like when he banned us?
Maybe.
I don't remember any
I
of that early
was- I
stuff.
was
I
never
just
there.
remember the ending. Like I remember being in there Because I was a
The
little
ending
bit.
had nothing to do with.
I
Wiz.
could talk with them a little bit. That's all I remember though was the ending of like when it all broke off. Because I could talk to them a little bit because I had met other Alec before in real life, and I was
Yeah.
pretty chill with him. And
He's
Raven,
cool.
I would just talk to about anime and like cosplaying. I asked her how she made like her shit and stuff.
I wonder what other Alec is doing.
I feel like he definitely feels like he can't come back and hang out with us, but like I think I would just like I would like to talk to that guy again.
Yeah,
Well,
I
no
really
one
like
has
other
a
Alec.
stigma against him. We just don't like his girlfriend.
It's just that it was his girlfriend. And he was just like, he also kind of like
Are they
I remember it was
still-
him fighting with
yeah,
Nathan.
I think so.
Not because of the Overwatch thing, but he was just because we were instigating it. We were just like fucking. She was a piece of shit, but we were also being a piece of shit back.
No,
Well,
no, no. That's not how it went down at all. She was a little bitch.
I know the entire story.
Josh was the main.
I was the
protagonist.
protagonist of that story.
I know you made a fucking manga out
I
of it.
remember specifically, like, even when the whole Overwatch thing happened and he got really upset, I remember we were not shitting on him. We were all on Nathan.
Yeah, it was Nathan's fault. What do you mean? No shit.
We were all talking to Nathan, and I don't even
That was the
remember-
time he made him cry, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, because he had bought Edgar the game, and then they were, like, getting upset because he wanted to play casually and they wanted to play competitively. And I remember even later when we played Counter-Strike with him, like, maybe
With
for
Nathan
the,
or Alec?
with Alec,
All he did was rush with P90s.
for, like, the last
We didn't
time.
talk shit to him, did we? I don't think
No,
so.
but I remember for the last
Talk shit to
time
Josh.
he was seemingly like really insecure about like, oh, are we gonna play ranked? I don't want to play ranked because you guys are gonna get mad at me. But like, no, like I just want to play a fucking video game.
I'm toxic as shit.
Yeah,
I know you tell me what to do in the game, and I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to play a video game.
Play it better.
Like, I mean, Reed's really good when it comes to. Like right now, he reflects like he's a jungler in fucking
League.
in League.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like the most toxic thing you could obviously do
Because you just
in
like
this
the
generation.
main thing is you want to steal shit, right?
Well, what I want to do as a jungler, and I know where Josh is getting because I'm starting to get kind of toxic in League, specifically with randoms. But I remember
Like you type to them?
my goal is to gank other lanes, which basically means infiltrate other lanes. And so, say it's like top lane, just a 1v1 lane. I run in there as the jungler and turn it into a 2v1 so we can get that kill or like get him to use utility or whatever. But where am I going?
Oh yeah, you're just a,
You're
you
getting toxic with it.
You keep talking and then I'll carry on off of what you say. I'm drunk.
gotcha.
No,
So-
we know.
So basically, like I get Alec 2. He was not our Alec that's sitting in front of me, but Alec 2. He was very uncomfortable with like playing competitively. That the same thing as me. But I don't cry about it. I just tell you I tell you to fuck off.
Most of the time, because half the time you guys ask me to play competitive games, I just like to play games for fun.
Yeah.
And Nathan, for a while, Nathan. No, it wasn't Nathan. It was the guy I worked with. He didn't respect that. Like
That's
I like,
so
like
You
weird.
didn't respect it.
I like,
That's
I
so
like,
weird.
I like League. Like I get to a competitive game. When I play, I'm going to play to win. But if I lose, I'm not going to get upset. If we like get fucked, I'm going to be like, man, we got fucked. I'm not going to sit there beating my desk and like get pissed about it. I play games to have
like,
fun.
Like those who have a job, who work to pay bills, who like spend their like most of their time outside working on their career and then just saving up to pay for a hot meal. They play games, they sit down, they have a fun time, and they're not gonna get mad and pissed off. And if you are gonna get mad and pissed off and like actually scream at somebody to like do better or I'm never going to play with you again, that's kind of ridiculous because like it's like you're sitting there, you're acting like an asshole, and then when you turn your computer off, you get up and you turn around and you live in a fucking house or wherever you are, and you have that luxury. It's like it's kind of silly to me, and like I made that excuse. Like I'm like it's just a fucking video game. Like that was my excuse back
Okay,
then.
this is coming from a more casual player, not necessarily
very
casual.
casual.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about another player. This is a quote from someone. I'll say his name after. You'll probably recognize it. He said, "After I come home from a long day of work and I hop on Counter-Strike, and I got a dude that went 0-7 in middle, I'm gonna call him a shit cunt for ruining my game experience. It's
I don't
Richard
know.
Lewis.
Like,
Oh, is he an analyst or a caster?
He's an analyst for damn near everything.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like, but when you're at the point where you're playing Overwatch in gold ranks,
Okay. I agree with that.
and then your friend that you've known forever says, "Yeah, get better," or I'm not gonna play with you again.
Was that the exact quote?
It was something like that.
Well,
No, I did that because Aaron helped me do my competitive things for Overwatch, and I was like, hey, I'm like gold 2 or gold 3. That's pretty good. I like that. And they're just like, yeah, that's terrible. You're shit at it. And I was like, I don't know. I had fun. I won. You know, I did the most healing on my team. I had a fun time. They're like, you're shit.
Well, I mean,
I've never seen what reason to go out of your way and do that.
specifically in competitive games, generally when you get your first rank, it's always going to be on the lower side. You're not going to rank up, and then in Counter-Strike terms, you're not going to rank up into Global Elite. It just doesn't fucking happen.
The highest rank I think you can get in Counter-Strike, starting, I think, is MG.
Okay. So it's specifically like made, no matter what, generally your first rank is going to be like average to shit. So like when you're saying gold and Overwatch or whatever,
Gold is different because like in Overwatch, because it's like, I don't know how it is now, but back then it was, if you're in gold, you're not getting out.
Also, lower ranked players are way more toxic than any high level player will ever be.
oh yeah,
Because they
There's
don't.
not that much of them.
Well, you see, from a Counter-Strike standpoint, if you're playing with, say you got a 5-man, right? And each team member has 1,500 hours plus, whatever. If they see you having a bad game, they'll recognize like, oh, you know, I've had a bad game. You can't be perfect every single game.
Yeah.
And they recognize that. These fucks with 200 hours don't get that. So
Yeah,
if you
no.
underperform, they're rude.
Yeah, and I guess it's like, it's really a product. I guess it's like really.
But sometimes you make dumb plays and you deserve to get shit talked.
Yeah, sometimes, but you know,
where did this relate to the jungler thing?
I was just
don't know, you were telling a story, I
I
forgot.
was saying that you are like the epitome of like not a toxic person online.
Yeah, me neither.
Because like you're.
What? I'm sorry to cut you
'Cause,
off,
like-
but like what happened is specifically in Counter-Strike, there were so many times where I was just mad, and like there had to be a give where I was like, I don't want to sit down and play video games or just get pissed off anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get mad in video games, and I ain't gonna lie, there are some times where I'm a toxic ass jungler, specifically with randoms, because I can coordinate with the people I'm in chat with more. But I remember my bot lane was telling me to gank, and they were up in my fucking jungle, and when I ran down there, nobody was there, and I was mega shit talking.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you
Wait,
even
so
have
there's
all
people
chat
infiltrating
turned
your
off.
jungle.
No, my team was in there. They were asking for help, assistance, specifically from the jungler, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna gank bot now. And when I ran down there to gank bot, they weren't there. They were in at like my Krugs, which I don't know if you know what those are.
Is it the Beatles?
They're like rock monsters. It's part of my
I know what it is. I know
jungle
what it is.
farm. They were back near my Krugs. They weren't even under their tower or whatever. And when I came in, and I inevitably died because I ran into 2 people because they're fucking off in my jungle, they then talk shit to me, and oh yeah, I'm talking shit at that point. Don't sit in my fucking jungle. Don't ask for help, and then just sit and expect me to kill 2 people.
I wanted to combine the idea because like, you know, I'm not a competitive player. Me and Ian aren't really competitive.
The only thing I can say I play competitive is League. I don't even say I play competitive.
Yeah, it's
like
just
Aaron,
kind of like you.
like
Playing to win is competitive, but you can,
I
can
played
have
League
fun.
enough to where I understand it basically, and I know what I'm doing. And when I play to win.
Yeah.
that's competitive. But
And-
you don't have to necessarily get mad when
Yeah,
you
I
lose.
don't. I'm not. If I lose, I just don't care.
But Dark Souls is a different journey, especially with the first game. The first
I played
game.
the first game for a little bit.
The first game is a nice.
I
I
hate
saw
experience.
Nathan play it.
I just don't like the aesthetic. Not that the game's necessarily bad. It's just too. I say that
Medieval?
coming off of Witcher, but
Medieval.
no, I love like fantasy RPGs, like old school fantasy, like Skyrim, Witcher,
Yeah,
Final Fantasy, shit like that.
Gargoyles.
That's my shit. I don't like stuff like Fallout. That's why I'm not really excited for Cyberpunk, because it's not
Yeah.
not like swords effectively.
Yeah.
Even with the Final Fantasy 15, it was modern fantasy. So you had swords, but you had people with smartphones and guns, and you had a fucking convertible.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was like It was relatable, but it still wasn't.
Typically, in any form of media, for me personally, be it like a show, movie, or games, I prefer like old fantasy as opposed to like the new super future type thing. I either like old fantasy.
100%.
If they're gonna play around with technology, I prefer it to be like steampunk or dieselpunk.
That's what is cyberpunk's just like. I don't know, because like steampunk. When I think of like steampunk, I'm thinking like Mad Max.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm talking like they have the old busted up society, not like they have super robots. I mean like they have old rusted buildings and like they have mashed together rat cars and all that. I like that.
Are you talking about like Fallout?
Kind of like Fallout. Fallout is like pushing the edge for me.
The aesthetic of Fallout for me isn't that appealing.
Man, I love Fallout, but there's not a
They're not
good
doing
one.
good with it. Well,
No, there's a good one.
Fallout 3 is the best.
I love Fallout 3.
Is the fucking. I loved Fallout 3, but I don't think I could go back to it, to be honest.
I probably could. All I did with that game is I did like a handful of side quests and I just did the main story.
I did, but I stopped playing for a while, and when I got back on my computer to do it, it just erased my save, and I didn't have the motivation to grind all the way back to where I was.
That happened
just
with
play the Alien DLC.
I
And you'll
was like,
instantly
I'm
be
not-
overpowered. Just kidding.
I
man.
know Aaron got me to play Fallout New Vegas. You and Aaron were at my house, and you convinced me to play Fallout New Vegas, or you convinced me to buy it because it was on sale. Then I played it for a little bit after you guys leave. And the most exciting thing I did with that was like one NPC that's like close by once you leave the house had the voice actor of Sasuke.
Yes! You're talking about New Vegas, right? The dude,
Yeah,
the
New
dude that
Vegas.
like you go to play cards with. Is it cards?
Something like that.
Yeah. You help him out from the
Yeah.
powder gangers.
Yeah,
So,
because he was hiding out, and he was like, "Hey, can you take care of this for me?"
When I was like, I think the first time I played New Vegas, I want to say I was 14. I was real young,
I'm gonna be honest.
and I
New-
heard Sasuke, and I was like, oh.
I used to hate
I still
that
hate
game.
New Vegas. I just
but
can't get into it.
New Vegas, honestly, because like, I'm a heavy lore person. If I like a game, I will spend hours learning the lore and watching videos about it. For when
No,
I
I
got
love
in,
doing that
when
stuff.
I got into Metal Gear, I watched the entire because like they're movies basically.
You watched all the
they're-
cutscenes.
all the cutscenes in one video. It's a 22-hour video that it took me 3 days to watch. So, Fallout New Vegas has nothing but lore and exposition. It's like the best written Fallout, but in terms of like like gameplay, it's old. It's definitely dated, but
That's
like
fine, though. It's
yeah,
still
that's
enjoyable.
fine. But it's really enjoyable. Unlike the fucking Elder Scrolls series. Fucking the best written Elder Scrolls series is Morrowind, and I've been playing it recently, and god damn is it really well written.
Never
and
played it. Actually, I lied. I was thinking Oblivion. I've never played Oblivion. I've played Morrowind.
But the one thing that pissed me off about that game is that imagine you're playing Pokemon, all right? Your Pokemon has like it's a turn-based RPG,
RPG.
right? You have a chance to miss. Right, that's for every Pokemon. And it's like but it's all behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Skyrim, when you hit someone, it connects, right?
Yeah.
But in Morrowind, when you hit, it has a chance to miss. So like when you make a new character, you're level 1 and you have no skills into anything. You're missing all the time, and I died to a worm. I got so mad at that. I thought my game was broken. But then when I bought it again on PC, I realized, no, that's just the game. And I had to download a mod that made it to where my accuracy was at 100.
Oh, now that you bring that up, have you played Highlight 2?
No, not yet.
No,
Yeah,
you
'cause
need
they
the
got you that.
Yeah.
you need an extension, right?
I think I might try and stream it.
You could do that.
Please
We have a
do.
capture card now. The capture card is meant for whenever we want to just play things and record them. So
That's
it's
cool.
not like one person's capture card. We're kind of.
I
sharing
might
it.
try and emulate it, so I can have all that shit. But I don't know. I love Super Highlight. The Super Highlight cover is awesome.
Is that cereal? Pretzels.
Can I have a pret?
Give me one.
Morrowind has like amazing roleplay potential. It's like
All of them do.
it's the classic. It's basically the classic like Western roleplay game.
Weren't people remaking Oblivion on the Skyrim engine?
Uh huh. It's called Project Skywind.
Is it done? No.
They're close. They're close to having a public release.
I don't want to replay. I don't want to play fucking Oblivion until that comes out because I don't want the shitty graphics to make me.
Oh,
give
you meant
like
Sky? Okay, Skyblivion is the one where they're doing Oblivion, and they're also doing Morrowind as well. So, they actually released a video for Morrowind recently, and saying that they need more people to help out with the project.
I'm excited. I'm also really excited for Skyrim too. My bad. Elder Scrolls 6.
I am as well.
That's coming out at least 3 years from now.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that as long as it's
Yeah.
good. I don't like.
I'm sure
I don't like how every game developer is
won't
trying
be-
to rush things out too fast.
Bethesda, honestly, is not the bad guy. I will say that to my grave because Todd Howard did nothing wrong. All right, I believe Todd Howard is a saint. He is Akatosh, and but yeah, Todd Howard I believe did nothing wrong. Honestly, it's ZeniMax who is the people who own and run the game ESO. They're the main. Bethesda's not really the main like name branded on it. It's ZeniMax Studios, and they found out like, oh shit, we just made $1 billion off of this game, and it's getting MMO of the year for the past 3 years. Bethesda, you do that with Fallout, but make it in like a year, and they're like, what?
I feel like it was less than a year.
Yeah, and they're like, but we have literally 2 major IPs that we're working on right now. So they're like, they pushed it to their side division that doesn't focus on main titles. They focus on the mobile games.
Did anyone play? What was the people that made New Vegas? What was the game where it was like the fantasy?
Obsidian.
Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds.
Obsidian made that. Yeah.
I've heard it's done quite well.
After it's been out, people have been saying it's kind of shit now.
Oh, well, that's not what I
What,
heard.
Outer Worlds?
What
I
I-
heard Outer Worlds was fucking phenomenal.
Oh,
yeah, I heard it was really good.
People said that, but like now they're just kind of like, there's like no replayability. There's like
That's
no,
fine. And as long like
no like real way to like diverge yourself in any way. It's just like everything leads to the same thing.
you know what has the best replayability out of any game ever made? Now this might come as a shock to you guys.
Mario.
Fuck you. Skyrim.
Amazing.
It's actually like you can make 30 different characters and still find new shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I played Skyrim since like the month it came out way back when. I still find new shit. That's why I never want 100% it. That way I'll always find new stuff whenever I go
No.
back.
You'll
And-
fall into my curse.
In reality, Josh, I'm playing other games by the way. I'm playing Pokemon. I'm getting back into The Witcher. By the time I finish Skyrim or 100% Skyrim, the next one might be like on the road to coming out. I'm
Yep.
not rushing myself by any means.
Dude, I am full scheme ahead on Pokemon. I have been for like the past couple months. I
Oh,
want
Oh,
to
we
keep it that
haven't
way.
talked about Pokemon yet. Can I actually
Did
go
you
use the
want-
bathroom before we talk about Pokemon?
Yeah, go for it. Because I want to ask Josh a few questions about about specifically Pokemon.
Pokemon. I don't know. As FYI, I don't know anything about Pokemon.
Did you watch the Pokemon Direct?
I did.
When did you watch it?
I was
Did you watch it live?
no, I didn't. I was I think I was asleep. But I went out to go get something to eat, and I watched it in a parking lot while macking on a sandwich.
I was impressed.
I
I will say that.
I want to hold on. I want to state our opinions on the new game, Sword and Shield.
Pre Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, like pre DLC
We
release.
hated it. We did not want to buy it.
No, I was so against it.
We were all like, all right, even me. I don't. I get it. They had a time crunch. They didn't know how to import stuff from their own game that they made, and
They also lied.
I get it. But like, they're trying to save face. But we were complete. We didn't buy it. We didn't do anything. Tanner stole it, and
Well, that's nothing new.
but we just didn't want to support that type of mentality.
Exactly.
So now they're releasing more with a price tag. I think it's like $60 for both.
No, well, you can get a bundle where it's $30 for both. Like I looked on the eShop after the direct, and it was $90 for the game and the expansion. So I'm wondering, and it did definitely said 30.
Well,
It definitely said 30
You can
for.
check right now. You can pre-purchase it.
I know, but it said 30 for each on the direct. But if it looks like you buy the bundle, you get both.
Yeah, because I mean
Which is
I haven't bought
$90.
it yet, so I'd get the bundle.
All right, so where were you guys at?
So we're kind of like semi-discussing Pokemon, but we want to wait for you to get back before going
Yeah.
dummy in
We
depth.
want before we like get into the what just happened. We want to give our opinions on Sword and Shield before the reveal the other day.
Oh, before it?
Yeah,
Piece of shit. Never buy it.
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No, I am
Not
like,
a piece of shit per se, but it's not what I wanted.
I am a super diehard Pokemon fan. I was
I think all of us are,
constantly on the
Josh.
fence about it, and when it came out, when they first revealed, when it showed like all the scars and everything, I was super into it. I was all about solving everything. Then the game came out, and I just didn't have the money at the time, so I was like, all right, I also want to see how it does because there was a lot of rumors floating around about it, and it was. I could deal maybe with the lack of Pokemon because they cut out Pokemon before, just not to this like extent. But there was just so many reports of bugs in the game. There was absolutely no like post-game content except for like the battle tower, which is like probably the most minuscule post-game content you can add. There was no hidden legendaries. There's only one legendary you didn't know about, and it just gets handed to you through the main story.
I still don't know what that looks like.
It's like a big space dragon.
Don't tell me. I wanna catch it myself when I actually buy the game.
Yeah, because now we're gonna
Yeah.
buy the
Now.
game. Now that they've, I mean, because like we're adults, we
I
can afford
was
a game
100%
and DLC,
against it.
but,
But after
like-
seeing that direct, I have done a complete 180, and I am hell bent on buying
But
that
people
game.
people are like, well, it's the same thing to like, oh, you just have to buy the rest of the Pokemon, but still
but that's
they're
not
adding.
how it works. Because like, the update is going to add all the Pokemon, and let's say they never added DLC and they just added 200 Pokemon to the roster or whatever. At the
People
end
would
of the
still
day, you
complain.
would still have to trade the other Pokemon
Yeah, so it's-
in.
Say you're going from Gen. So right now I'm playing through Gen 4. And then after that, what's Sun and Moon? Is that 7?
Yeah.
Yes.
After I do Gen 4, I'm going to be doing Gen 7. I cannot trade my Gen 4 Pokemon to Gen 7 without, I think, Gen 6 or 5. I think I need one or the other.
You need Gen 5.
So, I just can't fucking do it. So I need to buy a whole other new game to get these Pokemon that I want in this game. And now they're just adding DLC. We're all 200 plus.
I think eventually, like, you know how like I was theorizing that, like, you know, with the Pokemon Bank and Pokemon Home and stuff like that, they're eventually going to make it to where, oh, you can easily get all the Pokemon that you have, even from Let's Go, from Pokemon Go, like even into one solid game.
Yeah.
So, which I'm excited for, but it's like, honestly, I'm not upset with the price tag.
I'm not either. Well, it's
I'm not
$30
either.
for two DLCs.
But we're getting the bundle, so that would just mean $90.
People are complaining. They're like,
that's
oh,
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So $30 for two DLCs.
Yo, so they added the 2 new legendaries, and I don't want to cut you off, but check this out, Josh and Ian, when I inevitably show you, and Alec, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
you've already seen
I
it.
think I do too.
Boy.
That's the
Boy.
Nealon.
I've seen that.
Look at what he's doing. Boy. Ian, look at that boy.
Yeah, I've seen it. His design is he's supposed to look like a crown.
I think he looks so fucking goofy. I love him though. He's cute.
No, it's awesome.
People are making comparisons to the final boss in Half-Life. That's what he looks like.
Try to
I
like,
think he's going to be one of those where he has a secondary form.
try to like sparingly leave that in because I showed an image and it's gonna be. She's like boy, you know. So
Yeah.
like
He showed us that weird deer thing. in the
Yeah, I'm
at
pretty.
the end.
boy.
Its design is supposed to look like a crown.
I honestly
It doesn't. It looks like he's got a tumor.
when I looked at it on the direct, I was like, man, that's really goofy. And then Alec came in for a little bit, and we were watching a little bit together, and then
It was
we
like the
were
end
both
of
like,
it.
boy.
Yeah, when it showed the picture of the Pokemon and he was sticking his hand out, I looked at it and I looked at Rick and I was like, boy.
But I honestly, now that I'm like,
I like him.
now that I'm like kind of fucked up, I'm dummy into it.
I like it. I want to know the story behind it.
I think the most goofy thing is totally the Triforce on his necklace.
I didn't
thing.
see that. I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
The only thing I saw. Okay, yeah. The only thing I really paid attention to was big ass head.
I just want the
shit.
cool. I just want the cute outfits.
That's my most excited is the extra customization
I'm
stuff.
I'm gonna make my girl look really nice.
The
I'm gonna
thing-
make
when I
my
get
dude
it.
look like me.
I'm gonna look like DJ Khaled.
Like I said, I was completely against the game,
Khalid.
but the one thing that made me really do a 180, I'm a big fan of the Reggies. I really like them. The Reggies are weird and very cool.
When I
yeah.
initially
When I saw 2 new legendaries, I screamed as loud as I fucking could.
when I saw the Reggies, the first thing that came to my mind was Ian because I know how much Ian likes the Reggies.
I
I'm
like the
pretty,
Reggies
like
too.
them.
I
I'm
like
pretty
them.
whatever about them. I think they're fine.
I'm pretty whatever as well.
I want to know what the lore behind these 2 are, because the lore behind the first 3 is they were made by Regigigas to like control him if he ever goes on a rampage. Because out of all the Pokemon lore, Regigigas is the physical strongest. His lore is that he pulled the continents in place with rope. And he sleeps because he knows he's too strong and he can't be awake.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's awesome. So Regirock, Regice, and Registeel.
His shiny form's really cool.
Yeah, they were made by him to like control him if he ever like goes shit faced, because when he wakes up he's not gonna remember anything.
I
I don't know what these 2 are.
I always think of Pokemon as it's a kid's game. It's a kiddie game. But like
so
when I
no.
but when I think
told-
about it,
like I
like
said earlier, my favorite thing in
these are
games,
like destructive and universe
They're
destroying
gods.
gods that just
That
kids
are
are
owned-
having.
That are owned by 10-year-olds.
10-year-olds.
exactly.
Yeah.
My favorite thing in everything, just out of anything like, is character design, art, and storytelling, and Pokemon does that so well.
My favorite thing, by far. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it if this was the only thing, but I'm so happy they added the new Pokemon. My favorite thing is the extra character customization.
No, that's really good.
I love that shit. In
I
every
was
game.
completely
I'll spend
against the game
hours.
because of I was really saddened by it because I really didn't like how they like did the coding of the game, how they had a lack of content, but everything else they did, the design of the game, and especially the character designs of all the gym leaders, I loved it. I love every single gym leader in that game.
That's
Isn't there
why
like a really buff dude with no nose?
That's the first. That's the grass type gym leader.
Can we talk about I know we talked about the boy legendary Pokemon with the Triforce on his.
Can we talk about
With
Dialga,
his
Palkia,
necklace?
and Heatran, bro?
Yeah, no,
They're back.
not yet. Let me finish, stupid. But
There's 2 other new ones we're getting.
that fighting type legendary is so fucking sick.
Yeah.
What's his name? Do you know it?
You get him. It's like he's gonna evolve.
Oh, he's so sick.
I don't know. We've seen like peaks of what he'll evolve into if he evolves into those 2 gorilla-looking things.
A legendary evolving?
That happened in Sun and Moon too. To get
Oh.
Lunala or Solgaleo, you get this thing called Cosmog, and it evolves. You need to calm down, Sailor.
Alec, you can tell me no, but if you do, I'm pissed. Can I have another beer?
I'm letting you make this call.
One more.
One more, thank you.
you're not having any at.
Are you drinking at
I
off
like
the
it a
chain?
small, but other than that, no.
You're gonna get a small water. That's what you're gonna get.
You're getting a piece of my fat cock.
There are children separated just by a door.
It'll be all right. They're young enough.
The only separating me and you is this table, stupid.
So the first time my nephew wanted to play video games with me, right?
Yeah.
Instinctively, the first thing I played was Tekken. What do you think the first character he picked was?
Bob.
Yo, when I picked the game, he picked Kazumi.
Oh, he picked Kazumi?
He picked
What's
Kazumi
that girl? What's
when
that
I
cat
played.
girl?
Cat girl?
No, it's not Chloe.
It's
Yeah,
a male.
Lucky Chloe.
It's a male.
Did he pick? Yo, sure. Mishima?
Oh,
Bob.
Mishima.
Oh,
Oh.
it ain't Heihachi because Heihachi kind of ugly.
No, he picked Heihachi.
What the fuck?
When I let him look through all the characters, and the first thing he picked was Heihachi, and I was like, hell yeah, he's playing a Mishima.
But, yo, he's such a. You know, he's in the other room and he's not gonna know what I'm saying anyway. He's such a poor loser.
Yeah, but he's also 4.
What was your outside experience of Evo? You went with him to Evo, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, you didn't. You went
Yeah, I
to
didn't.
you went
I
to
never
final
went.
round.
I went to final round, which is fun as shit. No, me personally, because I
That was in
during that
Atlanta, wasn't
time, I didn't even go. I just wanted. I know I did go. I didn't even like fighting games. I just wanted to go, and we went. There's no downside for me for there. I took a game, which is awesome.
Didn't
which
you
is
play? Didn't you kind of like play Brawlhalla because you had to play something?
No, I forgot I submitted, and I'm like, I didn't bring a controller, so we went to Walmart 3 times to buy a controller. So it was honestly a lot of fun. I know you don't like being around people all too much, and you miss your bed.
It's not that. It's just my social
Yeah.
battery drains fast.
Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. But for me, it's honestly, since I'm so comfortable with being literally anywhere, it's...
Well, I'm better now. Like, if I was to go do the same thing, like, if I was to do the vacation like we did last year, I would have done a lot better.
Yeah.
It's going to have been to a point where I was like, all right, I need to be in a room by myself for like an hour.
I've never been like that, honestly, because, like, the only... If anything, the only introverted thing about me is, like, if I need a break, I look at my phone. I look at my phone for, like, 5 minutes, and I'm good. It's like, when I was there, I slept with Alec, I think, or Reed, I don't remember, but I had my fun, and when I would, because, like, it's a convention, you're not bound to stay, like,
Yeah.
you're
You
waiting
come and go
waiting
as you
for
please.
you're waiting for your friends to do
their
the
thing.
fighting. But for me, I walked around, I took photos, I took videos, and since I barely didn't fight, I went to McDonald's a lot, and which was a nice place to go, by the way.
I still gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. And it was for me, it was a blast. Even though it's a fighting tournament, it's not really a convention. But there was that woman, that artist is there. She's gonna be there again, and I'm gonna buy some more stuff from her. And I think I only spent at max $200.
Well, me personally, I just want to go to a convention of that type. Just a nice big gathering of everyone celebrating one thing that they love.
There's an anime convention in Colombia.
Yeah, I know.
And in March.
Yeah, David told me about it. Something, I think it might be DragonCon or something like that.
Yeah.
But I really wanted us to like go do that. I just never like
I
thought about
want
it
to
too
go.
seriously.
I want to go to ones in Texas.
I really want to go to
like
like
there.
the one in Atlanta, just because that's cheap. That's really, we could easily do that. We could even like have to drive home the same day if we wanted to, but I wouldn't want to.
No, it's honestly.
We could easily just stay overnight.
Yeah, it's fine.
But my thing with like being introverted, it's just that I'm more of a thinking guy, and I just like I just like think about my opinions of everything. Like I just observe, and I just like take in the moment. Like if I see like, as stupid as it sounds, if I see like a plant I like, I just go, man, I really like that plant. It looks healthy. I like how it is, and that's just how I like to do. I like to sit there and observe. That's why I think I pair so well with Nathan. Like I think like the perfect person for me to end up with in life would be like someone who's the opposite and likes to express vividly what they say, whereas I just like to sit there and just enjoy it.
Oh,
And that's just how I am.
Yeah, I gotcha. And
I definitely need to be more outgoing, but my medicine fixed that. Because there was just some times where I just like, where you would have conversations with me, I would just stare at you, just because I was like, do I say something?
No.
Should I say something?
No, I get that. Man, I used to be like that a lot as a kid. But let me tell you.
2-man podcast with a bunch of bitches.
2-man podcast. Just Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan?
You looking like Joe Mama?
That's mean.
All right, sit down, Reed. I want you to sit down and do a promo for Raid Shadow Legends.
Hey boys, Rich. Why did you do that to me?
I didn't.
You told me to do a
Is that on the wires?
No.
Alright.
Just
Here.
on my keep this in. So Josh was like, "Hey stupid, you fucking asshole." That's what he said to me.
Yeah.
He
No, it didn't.
Yo, I'm not going to lie.
We need to get towels.
The alcohol's wearing off cuz I'm pissed. Not actually, but like just upset.
Come on.
Okay. That lamps. What is it? Lamp shade. Well, that lamp shade is fucked. Oh, good lord. It's not actually that bad.
It's no issue. None,
No, it could be worse.
who's gonna cry over spilt beer?
Some people do.
This episode is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends. the game that everybody says is really good. All hail our Chinese overlords.
Sorry, podcast. Not that I'm going to try and get any or anything, but where did you put the beer? Oh, okay. That's my desk. That's mine now. I don't even know that I can drink this anymore. I think this is fucked. So what did we want to talk about before I left?
Me and Ian were talking about
We're talking about conventions.
conventions and like what some nice places we can go to.
You guys have never been to have you been to a proper convention center?
No, I was telling Josh how I actually really want to.
So,
Specifically an anime one, because then I would just have everything to talk about.
So I went to an anime convention with Veronica it was for her birthday. I went to Pittsburgh in April. I don't remember. It was called Techo, and it was kind of like a smaller convention. But the floor where you buy stuff was massive. It was like a big ass room for stuff to buy stuff.
It's just a giant warehouse for people of like rows of like people to buy stuff at.
So, and then I remember on the last day they have, I don't remember exactly what they called it, but they had like, I'll call it the flea market or whatever, but that's not what it was called. But they had the last day where people could sell things, and it had some special name because I think that was the only thing open at that time because people would discount stuff. There was a man selling quarters for $1. And as much as I did not buy them, I appreciated it.
Yeah, quarters for $1. That's a good business tactic.
Have you guys been to Pittsburgh before? Either of you?
No.
I've been to Hawaii and to Tennessee, and that's it.
So, honestly,
That's like a huge fucking jump for you.
Yeah, I know.
Tennessee
It's
and
really
then
weird.
Hawaii.
I've been to, so I've specifically been to, like, Atlanta, like the city of Atlanta, because when I went to watch Counter-Strike or whatever, that was in the city. The city of Atlanta was nice and all, but, like, I wasn't in love with it. The city of New York, I was in Brooklyn. I don't want to talk shit or anything, because, like, I was in Brooklyn. That's not the touristy area, the area where people go and they're like, well, this place is nice as hell. I think the day I got there, someone died in, like, a phone store or something. Someone was shot.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn. But,
No. When I was in Chicago, I saw a homeless dad and his two homeless kids hugging inside of an alley for warmth, and I'm like, wow. Took my pocket back in my pants and keep walking.
But of the few cities I've went to, with New York being Brooklyn, and I don't want to put shit on New York because it was only in Brooklyn. I didn't go to the touristy area or anything, but Brooklyn was like, it was just under construction. I can't talk shit about that or anything. That venue, that fucking the Barclays Center, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Never been in a better fucking stadium. Holy shit.
That's cool.
If I know you guys aren't into it, but I think if I wanted to go watch Counter-Strike tournaments again, I would go to New York. I would go to the Barclays Center.
I've never been to. I'd love to go to New York.
I've never been to the big city.
Day.
I've always wanted to go to New York.
Everybody's moving away from there now.
It was the best stadium I've ever
Or at
been
least
in.
a
Nice.
period of my life, I would like to live in a city, be it like Boston or New York, Chicago.
Living in a city just isn't economical at the moment, unless if you're pulling in. Because
I only want to do it for like
I have
a year.
I have a friend who grew up in New York, and at work, when she got a job, her salary was $40 an hour. That's like $12 an hour for us. And they need that $40 an hour because if they're not getting that, they're homeless.
Yep.
So unless you really like the idea of a city, I mean, I can handle it, but honestly, I would eventually move back.
I want to
a
see how I
suburb.
feel about it.
Like,
That's what I mainly want to do. I want to see how, like, if I would even prefer it, or if I would like want to, live for the struggle for all that. And
I don't mind. And if that was an option, we could go live in a city. I'm perfectly down with that.
Yeah, I'd be fine with doing that.
So specifically Atlanta, as much as I love Atlanta because it's close and like the city is pretty and stuff, but like the traffic is completely fucked.
Oh, I'd sell my car if I lived in a city.
Oh yeah. Atlanta. I've only been in small sections because I've only gone for New York. I went for a Counter-Strike tournament. For the city of Atlanta, I went for a Counter-Strike tournament. when we went to final round, it was not the city. It was like outside the city, like
Yeah.
right outside the city.
Yeah.
But in terms of being in a city opposed from like Brooklyn and actual Atlanta and stuff, goddamn, Pittsburgh is fucking gorgeous. Pittsburgh is so fucking nice.
That's cool.
I think it's like every place. It has the really nice areas that you want to go to, then the really bad ones. Because when I was in Hawaii, the drive from the airport to the resort I was staying in I went through like 5 different types of terrain. I went through like a really good area. I went through like a neighbor, like where families would be. I went to like a place that looked like if I stepped on the sidewalk barefoot, I'd walk away with 5 STDs. Like walking, because when I was in Hawaii, I was on a resort. I was on the island of Oahu. I just want to point out every island on Hawaii is different, so every one is a different experience. But where I was at, you could walk down the street and make a whole new area.
Yeah.
Because I was in a resort and I was just like in a little village where they had all the shops and stuff.
Oh yeah, like
But
you stayed on the resort though.
I walked out of the resort.
Okay.
I went far. I didn't go too far because I wanted to go into the mountains and stuff, which is why I mainly went there. I wanted to take pictures.
But you didn't.
No, it rained. Which I kind of thought it would rain. I just didn't think it would do it the whole week I was there. So like I was there long enough to where
Sit down. No.
I am legit concerned. Sit down.
No, he's fine. I just don't want him spilling.
Like blackout drunk?
Yeah, no.
Dummy good.
Yeah,
No, I don't think
he's
you're- I don't-
feeling good.
I don't
He's
think
fine.
he's anywhere
I just
there.
don't want him spilling pretzels and getting mad at us.
Yeah, I just don't want him doing. Reed, sit down.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna tell you to do it. Down your beer and then sprint as fast as you can down the street.
Do you want me to die?
Just like, and then trip on your feet and just
I don't think he'd make it more than
gash
5
your-
steps.
Gash your head open.
You have a very okay. I've just been loving Pokemon so much lately. One person that like I was so disappointed having the conversation with Tanner when I drove him when we were all hanging out one night. I drove him here,
Yeah.
and I was like playing Pokemon. I was like telling him about my idea for the manga. 'Cause it's like the idea for the movie that I think better, where instead of like the dude's like, oh, we need to become Pokemon. He's like, oh, this power belongs it doesn't belong in the hands of beasts. It belongs in the hands of man. So I'm literally going to have him fight and take down gods and try and take on the one true god.
Yeah.
Like slowly, like killing them one by one, but they won't die. They'll kind of like freeze, turn to statues.
Yeah.
But like, I was so disappointed from his reaction because I get it. It's not for everyone who's like, oh yeah, I play those. I never read any of the dialogue and I don't care. I'm like, that's awful. You're missing so much cool stuff.
I haven't read a single bit of dialogue from a Pokemon game.
That's awful.
Yeah,
You're
that's
missing
so why
much
I
fun
always thought
stuff.
Pokemon was Pokemon's a baby game. It has nothing to
No.
do with anything.
They literally
But
make you battle gods.
I said there's an animator that I like who did like a battle royale.
Yeah, I
for
saw
all-
that
and
one.
I,
It was
and
awesome.
I'm like, huh. Pokemon are actually really powerful.
No,
for
they're
whatever
fucking
reason.
awesome.
Because I always thought like, oh, they splash water at each other and shit like that.
No,
And I'm
most of like a good chunk of them are like the legendaries are all deities.
Because like,
They're
I
either
get it.
guardians of something or they're like actual gods of something.
Yeah, and I get it. They have like One Piece powers where they can destroy the world and shit like that.
Literally, the
and-
third game was you awaken 2 gods. Literally, one would either boil the earth to where all the water would evaporate and you had more land, or one would flood the earth and you would have little land
Little Land.
because
But,
they were fucking dumb. Literally, the teams you fight are terrorists.
I just like because I know that deep down I knew that, but like I just didn't want to read. And like
No, I can
would go
completely
through the
get that.
games and I'm like, this
Well,
this
like, as
bee
a-
has drills for hands.
As
Wow.
as a kid, I completely did the same thing, but I still watched the movies, so I still was like,
I
"Oh,
thought the movies
this
were
is
lame
good."
as shit.
I thought they were lit. I
I-
thought that was such a cool.
I
like,
never
remember
watched the show. The only part of the
Watched it
show
since
that I
day one.
watched, the only part of the show that I watched was, what's the one with Darkrai?
Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, that the movie
Yeah.
that introduced him. That's
Yeah.
the only movie I've ever watched, and I thought it was pretty. I didn't even watch all of it.
It was awesome.
I didn't even watch the ending.
Literally, they try and make movies about every legendary, or at least include every legendary, and
Yeah.
or mythical, And Darkrai was a mythical. What they did for the Gen 4 movies, for Diamond and Pearl movies,
Yeah.
they didn't make the movies about, like, strictly about, like, the main, like, legendaries, like Dialga and Palkia. They made it about the mythicals that they released, but still made the legendaries appear.
Yeah.
Like, the first one was about Darkrai, and Dialga and Palkia fought.
Yeah.
Literally, you have the god of space and the god of time going at it, tearing apart the fabric of reality around them.
Yeah.
I think your water will be back.
Okay.
All right, are you okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
So like, yeah, like that for me, I know nothing about Pokemon, nothing,
No,
and
it's
I'm
it's
like,
a hell of a thing.
this baby game. It's either
No.
used for porn or fighting cool things.
No, as a kid, I was like, man, this is cool. But as I got older, I started to like dig more and more. It's like you said, digging more and more into the story and lore. And I was like, this is so much fucking
That's
better.
like the one thing I didn't go into because like
There's
Pokemon
even
is like the most popular thing
Yeah.
on the
But
planet.
they, like, you can't just like, there's adults sitting in a building doing that. They're not gonna sit around with things like that and just like still leave it as that for all these years. They're
Well,
having fun with it, going more and more
They've had
into
fun
it.
with it forever
I
since
know.
it came out. I just never read it.
You have so much to read. Like, literally, Mew, literally his thing is like he was the first one made.
I know, Frieza.
Yeah, he's Frieza, and like all Pokemon descended from him. He's literally the firstborn.
It's such a big series.
Yeah, but
and
it's
it's like it has
so
so
cool.
much information. And you know
Well,
what's
if
interesting?
you just want to look up the legendaries, it's like a smaller bracket.
One thing that's really interesting for me about Pokemon is that apparently the games, each save file is its own universe.
Yeah,
And-
they confirmed that was a big theory for people and they confirmed it in Ultra Sun, Ultra
Yeah, and,
Moon.
and apparently,
Yeah.
and there's, and like, I can't believe you don't know this, but like there's I swear he's made of like triangles and prisms, and he's black, and he like absorbs light and shit.
If you showed me a picture, I would know, but I'm not getting like an image off the top of my head.
That's like the only thing that I thought, and I'm like, that's really fucking interesting. And then later on, apparently,
wait, I know what you're
years
talking
ago,
about. You're
like-
talking about Necrozma.
yeah, and apparently a billion years ago, a Pokemon did and then it just split the universe into two. That's why there's two versions of everything and
Yeah.
shit like that.
It's awesome.
It's like,
No, you're talking about
Pokemon's so
Necrozma.
convoluted.
Necrozma is literally it's a parasite that feeds off of light.
yeah, and I'm like, Pokemon, it's a baby game. I get a flower with a face on it, but then there's the like shattered dimensions of
You
like
have
of,
flower
like-
with face on it, then Darkrai kills people.
yeah.
So Josh, I can't tell you what to do with your money. Obviously, buy Let's Go. Let's Go is so fucking.
Let's go.
good.
So
Oh yeah, I plan on it. I plan on getting it.
I would recommend doing that. I don't know your financial state or anything, but I would recommend getting it before Sword and Shield. And if you're planning on waiting on the game, because like I think most of us are semi-waiting for DLC anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have Pokemon and Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Oh, get Let's Go. It's just the first 150. It's the OG remake Pokemon game. It's gonna translate you in super easily.
I think that's all I need.
It's literally a actual Pokemon game. The only thing changed is the catching thing. Because I talked about this with Nathan the other night. I was completely in the same boat for years. Then I actually sat down and looked at gameplay. It's a fun game.
my favorite,
Oh,
my
it's so
favorite
good.
fucking game. You know what's weird? The only Pokemon game that I like is X and Y. Those are the ones that I like, but apparently those are considerably the worst ones.
It's just that they had lack of content like Sword and Shield, and the story
I thought
wasn't
it was
that good.
great. It was just
They
like
just didn't have. It was no. It's just like once you beat the main story, you're done.
yeah. I thought I've never done that.
Yeah, it's like the
Never.
same. It's like the same thing with like what Sword and Shield was post the DLC. You just once you beat the DLC, you were done.
I can't.
I mean,
that,
once
that's,
you beat
I
the
can't
game, you
wrap
were
my
done.
mind around that because the post game shit doesn't exist. There's nothing, and I think like once I beat it, game over. That's it. I have fun.
It's
I had fun.
generally. I'm sorry to cut you off. With Pokemon Let's Go, or specifically Gen 1 Pokemon, the post game was Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Mewtwo, you could only get Mewtwo after you beat the game.
Huh.
Gen 2, I didn't play Gen 2 if I'm going to be honest. I played the remakes. Gen 3.
Yeah, I play Hard Gold and so you had like Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and NK Suicune and Raikou.
Yes.
And what I like about the best about Heart Gold and Soul Silver is you could get both legendaries. Literally, I
Yes.
found that by accident as a kid. I just talked to a dude, and he gave me a rainbow feather. And I immediately knew what I could do with that.
Yep, I remember that.
I was like, holy shit, I can get both. That they should always do that.
Well, I understand why they don't, and honestly, this could be like an okay boomer kind of thing. Like, well, I'm not used to being able to catch everything in the game, but like, I honestly kind of dig that there's two different versions because it kind of incentivizes like going. I know
Well, like back then, it was just you would get different legendary. That was it. But now
I
it's
thought
like
that
you
was
have
so
different
weird.
certain Pokemon. You have different gym leaders. You have different areas to explore.
It's always been like
I didn't
that.
even
Maybe
know
not the gym leaders.
I didn't even
No,
know
it
that
hasn't
that was
always
even a
been.
thing. Like two, it's the same game, but only one Pokemon's different. It's like I'm like, what? I didn't know. I thought, I don't know. I just thought there were different areas. Like
I mean, well, they have like the same map.
I thought
All-
red and blue were like. Red was one because I only played red and I fucking love Fire Red.
We
but
had
like
green.
leaf
green.
leaf
We
gre-
did- we didn't
leaf
have
green's good.
Blue. Blue
I had
wa-
fire
think,
red.
I think blue was the original, and Japanese didn't get leaf green. I think they got blue, but I
They
could
did.
be completely
Emerald.
wrong.
I fucking love Emerald.
Didn't play it.
No, Emerald was fantastic.
Emerald was great.
So I played Gen 1, the remake of Gen 1 being leaf green, the remake of Gen 2 being Soul Silver, and then Diamond.
I have played every Pokemon game.
And then, other than that, I didn't play Gen 3, but I knew the Gen 3 Pokemon because I watched the anime because I was a child, and
Yeah.
if you don't dig the fucking Pokemon anime, I don't know how to give you help, but you need it.
Yeah, it's like it was such a big thing that and Ash finally became the best of them all. or
Yeah,
whatever.
Alice-
Not
He
Diamond.
found the One
No,
Piece.
like
I
for
don't know.
so many
like-
years, the Pokemon show was pretty much the same thing in terms of the animation style and the stories they would tell.
Yeah.
Which is usually just find new Pokemon, but with Ultra Sun, around like X and Y, they actually all right, we're doing it with the games, but we want to get more serious with the storytelling and change the animation in the shows, and they did really well with it.
Yeah.
I've actually watched some of the anime for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. It's really good.
Yeah, and I'm like, this could be a quick little thing. When I was in my little gamer shop, the retro gamer shop near real close to us.
Which one? There's two. We'll say one movie theater or vape.
Vape.
Vape. Okay.
I've never go to the movie theater one.
I've never been in there.
Neither have
It's
I.
not good. But they there's a guy there, and then apparently he works there, but he doesn't get paid. He works for in-store credit, and which is really weird.
That's interesting.
What?
I
Yeah.
know some stores do that, but that's really interesting.
Yeah, no, it's I walk in there, I'm perusing some stuff, and
Well, how old is he?
like late 30s or something like that. I walk in, this guy, he's just he's very outspoken, like nerdy guy. He walks in, he's just walking around, and I'm like, hey man, I thought he worked there, so I'm like, hey, do you happen to know where some Sonic games for the PlayStation 2 are? And he's just like, oh no, man, I do kind of work here, but I just work here for in-store credit. And
That's
I'm like,
interesting.
all right, do you know? And just yeah, all of our PlayStation 2 stuff would be over there. I'm not sure if we have it. And I'm like, all right. So, and then a woman with a lisp comes in. She looked 40, and she was talking about the Pokemon series, and how I think the Pokemon show just ended, or it was close to being towards its conclusion, where with Ash being woo, finding the One Piece, and
I don't actively watch it. I just watched a few episodes because I was curious as to how it was.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off, and I don't want this to translate into another conversation because I do want us to wrap up pretty soon.
yeah.
I remember being in, this was elementary or middle school. I'm going to assume elementary school, but I don't want to discredit myself for being that much of that and not. I was a nerd, is what I'm saying. I remember watching the Diamond and Pearl series. I don't remember exactly what it was called on the anime.
Diamond and Pearl.
Was it just called Diamond and Pearl?
Yep.
I remember Ash losing a gym battle and he cried, and I remember like thinking like, am I supposed to look up to this guy? Like I
Yeah.
remember from then on thinking, well, Ash is kind of like a little bitch.
Yeah. I never thought of Ash as like someone to be like, interesting.
Yeah.
No, he's just the main protagonist.
The most like, if anything, he like, it's the girls that he hangs out with are the ones that are interesting to me.
He's just supposed to be like a character you're always gonna recognize and
How
always
old are
know
you?
what he's about.
How old are you, Josh? And
No
you think
comment.
those girls are interesting?
They're
no,
10.
because they have like they
They're 10.
interesting backstories.
They're 10.
You mean?
You guys are implying
They're
the
10.
worst. I'm editing this out. But
I mean, what backstories? Their
the
backstories
guy-
are like they
Ian,
come from their home.
Shut up! I don't read. But this guy and this woman were like talking about the new Pokemon series and like how it changed when Sun and Moon came out.
Mega fuck.
He was so upset. He's just like, I hate the new style. I hate it. They gave Ash teeth. And I'm like, at first I'm like, I can respect if you don't like it. But then I heard he doesn't like teeth. He doesn't like Ash's teeth. He doesn't like the fact that Ash has teeth. And I'm like, excuse me?
When you said that to me out loud, I had to go on Google Images and like be like, did Ash not have teeth? And then when I saw his teeth, I was like, man's got teeth.
Man's got teeth.
I mean, I didn't know the teeth thing. I definitely know they changed the animation style.
He was so upset that they gave Ash teeth. And I'm like,
Well,
I don't want to argue with this guy in the middle in public with
in the
there's like other
animation
people
style,
here.
they kept making him look like a teenager, and they've started making him actually look like a kid.
Well, I'm just dummy indifferent about it because that's not my Pokemon because I'm an adult. I'm not going to watch that anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. I've seen like images, and I checked out an episode because I was curious as to how it looked. But after watching it, I think the new animation style was better.
Yeah.
I was like, this is. You scared me. I saw it happen.
I
But
was looking at it and I got scared.
I saw it happen, and I still got scared.
Stop.
No, but watching like the 2 episodes I did, I was like, this is gonna be more entertaining to a kid than the ones I saw as a kid.
Okay, let's say our goodbyes. and
Thanks for
wrap this
coming
up.
out. See you next
All
week.
right. We lost Alec halfway through it. Glad to have him. But he landslide unfortunately got him when just like Senior Pink in his
The rain
the
loosening some
backstory.
rubble.
Nobody's
up
going to
ahead of
understand
us.
that. Cut that out.
The fire's going out. We gotta go out, boys.
Yeah, no, I got to pee the fire out now. That's how it goes. Or vomit it out, depending on what you're looking at.
Don't
Alright, yeah. Let's
don't look
let's
up
all
to read.
stand up and unzip our belts.
All right,
Mine's bigger.
I'm ready to
It's
get out
not.
of here.
All right, yeah.
right.
I'm hungry.
Love you all.
I am also
Bye.
hungry.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.